Hey everyone, Kashira here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to talk to you about how you can build more confidence as an entrepreneur. If you're interested in this video and this topic, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and stay tuned. Okay, so let's get into it because this is such a topic that I feel like people need, but people don't often want to ask for, right? Like people don't want to say, hey, I'm not confident, like I'm scared, like help me. And I feel like this is the biggest thing holding a lot of entrepreneurs back from either starting a business or putting themselves out there, starting video, YouTube, live streaming, things like that. So I've compiled 8 quick tips for you on things you can actively do to build more confidence as a business owner. So tip number 1 is create a schedule and stick to it. One of the biggest things we have to think about is, as an entrepreneur, we're very fluid. We kind of create our own schedule and all of that, but that could actually make you feel like, I don't know, like you're playing pretend or that you're not really doing anything. But if you create a schedule, even if it's just a couple hours a day because you work full time, it's going to create this mental view that this is a real business. This is a real job. Like this is a real thing that exists. This is not something that is a hobby or for play or that I do in my free time. So if you create a schedule for yourself, and I'm meaning this loosely, just meaning you're setting standard working hours. Like when are you in the office, at your desk, working on your business? If it's after work from 6 to 8, Monday through Friday, then that's just what it is. You have to stick to it. You can't just clock in and clock out when you want to, because when you view it as a real business and a real job, it's going to immediately boost your confidence in your view of yourself. You're not going to view yourself as somebody with a hobby, a little hobby or a little business anymore. You're going to view yourself as a real leader, a real CEO, a real marketer, a real coach, or whatever your business is. So creating a schedule, honoring those working hours. And if you do work full time for yourself, just think of it like this. This is how I treat myself. I'm like, if I had a boss, right, like how would they respond to me coming in late or starting whenever I wanted to, right? And of course we still take liberties when we need to, but for the most part, I honor my working hours. I am in the office at a certain time. I am replying to clients at a certain time. I am meeting my deadlines, things like that. So creating a schedule. The second thing is dress up. Now this is not something that I do very often because I'm really comfortable in casual wear and I'm really confident with my business, but I recommend dressing up at least once or twice a week. And so I do at least once a week put on a face, put on like actual clothes. It's not like loungewear, and it does help me to feel more confident. Like I do find that my energy, honestly though, is naturally higher on live streams where I am wearing a full face and I'm put together, even though nobody can really see my outfit, but it just does something for you, right? So if you do struggle like a lot with confidence, then try dressing up. Try putting effort into your appearance. And dressing up does not have to mean a suit or a dress. Like for you, dressing up could be whatever you want it to be, but make it yours, right? Make it your definition of success and style and things like that. But dress up. I noticed that I do talk different and sit up a little bit different when I put my hair on, right? Or I did my face or whatever. So actually dressing up, especially if you are doing video or having certain meetings that you're worried about, that's going to give you an extra boost of confidence. The third thing is really easy, which is keep a folder in your email for all feedback and compliments. And anytime somebody sends you a testimonial, really strong feedback, or they compliment you on something, drop it in that folder. You can also keep a Google Drive folder where you keep screenshots of social media comments that are complimenting you or saying how much your content helps somebody. I have this. I've had this since 2013. And anytime I feel down or I feel worried about something, because that's human, no matter how confident you are, you have the days where you worry, right? Having those screenshots and those emails helps to really boost me up. That's something that you can do in 2 seconds. Just go and create the folder and start to save things in there that you can revisit, and then actually revisit it when you need to. This does not have to be every day, even though it can be, but this is something that you revisit when you need it. So make sure you save all of that feedback. The fourth one is also really fun. Create a confidence playlist, right? I actually call mine like money in abundance or something like that, something cute on Apple Music or whatever platform you use. But on it, I just put songs that make me feel good, that get me energized, that talk about leadership and girl power and making money and, a lot of Beyonce and Rihanna basically. But I have my go-to playlist when I need to boost my confidence, and I play it the most before I'm getting ready to make a presentation, when I'm doing like more of my formal corporate trainings and things like that. But I make this playlist and I play it when I need that boost, and it just gives me a lot of intrinsic confidence. And what's so funny about this list when I was making it is a lot of the stuff that's on here are the things that I used to do before networking events. Networking events used to freak me out so bad. I'm super introverted. I hated going. And so I had to do all of these things like, hey, wear my favorite lipstick, make sure I feel like I'm cute, my outfit is together, play my playlist, power pose, like all of that I had to do so it's still a thing in entrepreneurship. The fifth one is saying daily affirmations. So you guys know that I have affirmation cards that are for entrepreneurs, which I'll link down below, but you can also just look on Pinterest or Google affirmations and pick a handful that you're going to say out loud in the mirror every day. It may seem silly, but actually saying it out loud with emotion and intention helps you to actually feel it and believe it. So one thing I tell my clients to do who struggle with money, who struggle with charging a certain amount of money, is I have them say the price out loud to themselves every day. Like I have them say the price of my program is X, Y, and Z, like whatever the price is, right? Or if you have a big revenue goal for the year, then you want to say that as if it was already happening, like say it out loud, right? Say your affirmations, right? I am having a great day. I am making $5,000 today. That feels great, right? Like I am powerful. I am confident. Like whatever those things need to be, say them. So I love to have actually an affirmation of the day. Like that's my thing. So I'll pull a card from my deck and that'll be my affirmation for the day. And I'll say it out loud in the morning, but I continue to refer to it throughout the entire day. The sixth thing that I want you to do is sow into your professional development, right? And this could look like sowing time or sowing money. But basically, when you continue to invest in your development and growth, basically meaning you are sharpening your toolkit, you're getting even more knowledge in your area of expertise, that naturally makes you more confident. When you're uncertain and you're not in alignment, right? You're teaching things you don't really know just because it's popular and you're just following the crowd, it's really hard to build up confidence in that because you don't have anything to back that up. Versus if you're a true expert and you continue to sharpen your toolkit, it instills a natural confidence where you still need to do the other things on this list to just, get motivated to open your mouth. But once you start talking about what you do, when you start sharing all of your knowledge, that confidence is just going to showcase through the roof because you know what you're talking about. So even now I'm certified in coaching, but I am still actively learning more, continuing to invest in myself and my clients by taking classes and continuing to further what it is that I know and what I do. So don't underestimate the value of professional development and your confidence. Number 7 is celebrate the small wins. So a lot of times we overlook the small victories that we have and we only want to celebrate the big stuff. Like, I'm only going to be happy when I hit this amount of money in revenue or I get this amount of clients, but you have to start to recognize that work that you're putting in and celebrate yourself along the way, because it's going to naturally increase your confidence as well. So if you went live for the first time ever, celebrate that. If you were consistent all week with your Instagram posts, celebrate that. If you went out and made a new contact and you're really introverted, celebrate that. Celebrate the small wins, because what can happen is we overlook them and then we can beat ourselves up and we can say that we're not doing enough, that we're not good enough, X, Y, and Z, and all that negative self-talk is going to continue to penetrate us and it's going to continue to impact our confidence and our self-esteem. But instead, when you pair this with the affirmations, you're going to be boosting yourself up. And let's be honest, the world is mean enough to us as it is. Don't be mean to yourself as well. You need to be a safe haven for yourself. And confidence is not something that I can give you or somebody else can give you. You have to give it to yourself, which is why all of these things have to do with you and how you are treating and acting with yourself. So celebrate those small wins in whatever way makes sense for you. That's the other thing. How I celebrate does not have to be how you celebrate. We're not motivated by the same things. So figure out what makes the most sense for you and then commit to it. And the last one, which honestly is the most important one, is getting to know yourself and figuring out your true desires. I mentioned this before when I talked about, you can lack confidence if you are trying to offer services and things you don't really know about because it's popular. Part of that comes from you not really knowing your own true desires. You simply just seeing something and just wanting it because somebody else has it or because it's in front of you, but not really getting clear on what's actually in alignment for you. Like, what's your actual purpose? What actually sparks joy and excitement for you? What gets you going, right? And your purpose may not be your business. Your business may be something that you enjoy, may not be your purpose, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be. But as long as you're clear on why you're in business and why you're doing it, because entrepreneurship will never not be hard. So if you're going to do something that's hard, you have to know why you are doing that hard. So figuring out what your true desires are and how to get to know yourself. This is going to be a lifelong journey, right? But it starts off with self-awareness. You can start off by doing things like meditating and journaling, working with a life coach. You can take all kind of assessments and stuff online to figure things out. But know that as you continue to get older, you're going to continue to reinvent. As you continue to hit new goals, you're going to continue to ascend to new levels of abundance. You're always going to be getting to know yourself. But if you've never done it before, you're going to continue to feel so stuck and trapped because you don't know that you're supposed to be doing this anyway. So continuing to get to know yourself and asking why. Why am I doing this? Why am I thinking this? Why am I believing this? Where is this actually coming from? And just really getting to know your true desires and being okay with going against the grain. Your true desires may have nothing to do with what you're seeing online, and that is okay. It's a part of your calling. But when you're very clear on that calling, it's so much easier to be confident in moving forward, even if you do feel some fear. That's the other thing. Just because you're really confident does not mean you're never going to feel fear or you're never going to be nervous, right? But there's a difference between like, oh, I have butterflies in my belly, you know, this is something I've never done before, but I'm going to do it, versus like, I can't do this. I'm not good enough to do this. I'm not good enough for this to work. Like, that's a whole different ball game, right? So those are my tips for building more confidence as an entrepreneur. Let me know down in the comments, which of these tips did you resonate with the most? Okay, let me know down below. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel and like this video, make sure you do so, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Bye.